On today's Into Your Head number 787, my annual discussion of the ploughing championships despite it not being held in my town for the past several years, something about cows, something about the end of the world, and lots more. Absolutely fucking fantastic. Hello.
Into your head. Into your head. Into your head. Into your head. Into your head.
You join me at a tremendously exciting moment. It's Into Your Head number 787. We've a lot to get on with today, etc, 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 the usual, as Ruben from the Ruben Nerd Show says, etc, 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 something and all formalities. He has a catchphrase like that. It's not copied off mine or anything. Mine is different. Mine goes, you join me at a tremendously exciting moment. It's Into Your Head number something. We've a lot to get on with today. Items that need to be attended to, issues that need to be addressed, topics that need to be something. I've done it arseways now. I've done it the wrong way around now because I was too far up in my head thinking about it. You don't want to be thinking about things, especially not when you've got a sore neck, as I do. I've got a sore neck. My neck is as sore as be damned. I don't know what happened to it. I did something to it. I pulled something or something. I think I might have pulled something while I was changing the bed. I took all the sheets off the bed and threw them down the stairs, and then I got out fresh sheets and I put them on the bed, and then I came down the stairs and sat down, and then my neck was sore. Now it's fucking sore all day and all fucking night, except when I cram some drugs down my gullet. I cram some drugs down my greedy gullet like there's no tomorrow, which there may well not be, because I didn't sleep much last night. And if I don't sleep much tonight, then there won't be any tomorrow, because it'll just be yesterday and today rolled into tomorrow, and it'll all be one day. Now that I think about it, today is the day that they're saying on the internet is going to be the end of the world. The world is going to end by fire, apparently. There's going to be a big fire, and we're all going to die, except people who are being selected to be the whatever you call it, the biblical thing where they keep the good people somewhere. Apparently they were all selected in a selection process back in 2011. So if you weren't on the list back then, you're not on it now. So you're doomed to be swallowed up by the end of the world, and then there'll be the new earth and the new heavens or something, whatever the Bible says. I don't know. Been a while since I read the Bible, to be perfectly honest. I probably read it back in school, because I went to a school where they taught the Bible. In the early days of school they taught the Bible, and then later on they taught Shakespeare's King Lear, and then they taught Shakespeare's Henry IV Part 1. I never did Part 2. I don't even know whether there was a Part 2. I can't even remember whether the teacher even mentioned it. We also did Great Expectations and Wuthering Heights. Those were the 5 books we covered. I didn't cover the Bible in any great detail. Well, not in the same detail that we cover the King Lear stuff and things like that. We didn't comb through it word by word every page over a period of 2 years in preparation for an intermediate certificate exam, as we did with King Lear. No, he had a fellow up talking at the front of the class and said, today we're going to talk about the Bible. It's a great book. Comes in many shapes and sizes, all kinds of forms. There's probably even an audiobook version at this stage. Is there an audiobook version of the Bible? There probably is. If there isn't, there should be. There should be an audiobook version of the Bible. Write that down, me. No, I won't. I won't write that down, me, because I can't hear myself. I have a new setup where I can't listen to myself over the headphones as I talk. So I can't hear what I'm saying. So I can no longer do the thing where I go, write that down, note to self. Not in real time anyway. I can still do notes to myself here and record them, I suppose, and then I listen back through the editing process. But if there's a note to self that's time dependent that needs to be done straight away, then I'm just going to come across it during the editing process and think, Christ, I didn't pick up that note at the time. It's too late now. It's It's like coming back at the end of the week when you're a milkman or a milkwoman and seeing a note on the door saying 2 extra pints last Wednesday, please. And it's too late at that point. Well, sure, should we move on from that stuff anyway? No one uses the milk delivery services anymore. I don't think they do anyway. I haven't seen a milkman for love nor money since I was about since I was about 15, when we lived in that house that had a milkman came every morning. Haven't seen one since. Maybe there's one around here, I don't know. Certainly haven't seen them. There's plenty of cows though, you can be sure of that. There's plenty of cows. Oh, there's no shortage of cows. I can look over there right now out the window where they used to have the ploughing championships. There's no cows out there, but it's definitely farmland of some sort, and that indicates to me that there's definitely cows around here somewhere. In fact, there may well be cows over there. I don't know. Can't really see that far. But no, I think that's more of a growing things in a field than growing cows in a field. Although you can grow cows in a field, but they're not things. Or are they? I suppose they are. They're living things. But no, I meant growing crops. Growing things like crops, not growing creatures. You don't grow creatures in that field. Although maybe you can. Maybe they change its purpose every few years. When they didn't really use it for the ploughing championships, they just used it as a car park for the ploughing championships. So it didn't get a good furrow plough through those couple of years. There's probably fields around here that during the ploughing championships got ploughed to death, and as a result they were able to return it to their original usage. Because the thing, if I understand farming correctly, if my understanding of arable farming is up to the standard of someone who used to work in the Department of Agriculture, which it probably isn't, I don't know. But if it is, then as I understand it, when you grow the same crop in a field year after year, it becomes diminished of the appropriate nutrients needed for that crop. So that's why you have to rotate it. You grow a different crop every year in the same field. But I'm thinking, if you had the ploughing championships in that field for a couple of years in a row, surely that would reset it all to zero. You could go back, although maybe not. Would that had nutrients? It probably wouldn't now that I think about it. It probably just, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, hello and welcome to the show. Oh, that rhymes. I think my phone just vibrated. Hold on a minute. But no, I was just, that's right. It's because I just plugged it in. It vibrates when you plug it in, and this cable is faulty as well. Anyway, on with the show.
You're listening to Into Your Head, hosted by Neal, Ireland's version of the Octomom. Except he's a dude. And has cats.
I've always been a great believer in the dictum. Never buy a fucking iPhone charger stand cradle without looking at the fucking thing to see what cable it takes and whether you have an adapter that works accordingly. You fucking stupid cunt of a thing. That's been my philosophy for some time now. Well, I say some time. It's been my philosophy for since I think the day before yesterday when I went to Deal's. I went down to Deal's. I said, I see they have these new cables. They look stronger than the usual cheap ones. I'll get a few of those. But look, here's an iPhone stand as well. I'll get that. I just won't bother my arse checking whether it's the right size and type for my particular iTelephone. I'll just assume, completely forgetting what I've been told all my life, that assume makes an ass out of you and me. It's been drilled into my head just as much as the thing about there being, it's been drilled into my head almost as much during my lifetime as the thing that goes 30 days, that's September, April, June and November, all the rest of 31 except February alone, which is 28 days clear and 29 in each leap year. I can remember that all right, despite not needing to remember it for the past 15 years since the invention of gadgets to put a calendar right in your pocket. There's no need to learn the months of the year by rote anymore. anymore. But no, apparently I can't remember to check the right size of the thing for my phone. Maybe I need a memory upgrade. Could that be right? Is that a thing? It's a thing I've heard of in connection with phones, but not in connection with the human brain. I've heard of training the memory, alright. You can train your memory. You can say, memory, remember this, and then the brain says, oh, I'll remember this all right, especially if you do it repeatedly for 10 hours over and over and over while sitting at a desk in a place of education, because then the brain will think, oh, that's interesting, I probably need to remember that. I'll process it next time he's asleep and I'll transfer it into his long-term memory, and then his long-term memory is crammed full to the brim of stuff, except it doesn't run out of space. Your memory doesn't run out of space. It just creates new connections, just crams new connections into them, just becomes like one of those household electrical fuse boxes where somebody keeps extending their house and the box gets fuller and fuller because they add in extra cables and fuses until it's crammed to the brim. But no, still apparently you can add more and more capacity as much as you want. Doesn't matter how small your skull is, you can just keep adding more and more memory, supposedly. Well, I think you'll find it's a bit like the thing where they say that the universe is infinite, that if you go on and on out into the universe, if you go for long enough, you'll eventually come across infinite more versions of Earth, where there's infinite more versions of you there. But that's only theory, because no one's ever done it. They know damn well they can come up with these theories about infinite travel because they know you can never test them. It's the same with the brain. They can say, oh, you can just keep memorizing as much as you want. Your skull will never get full. It's never going to happen. Well, it is going to happen if you live long enough. They just know full well that you're not going to, so they can say it. It's a fucking scam. It's a fucking scam. And if some business did that to you, I can tell you, you'd be able to bring them in front of the Trading Standards Council or something. You'd be able to report it to someone, to what's it called here? I think in Ireland you report it to the Office of the Ombudsman. There's an Ombudsman for Consumer Affairs, who at the moment is a woman. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the Irish Ombudsman at the moment, if I remember rightly, is a woman by the name of Emily. She's got a surname as well, or I think it's Emily O'Reilly. Is she the Ombudsman? Well, she's something like that anyway. Oh Christ, I tried to turn towards the screen and my neck hurt. That's good, because I can't turn towards the screen at the moment anyway, because I haven't finished setting up the movability of my microphone, so when I turn towards the screen like this, I'm not moving the microphone with me, so it sounds wrong. It sounds incorrect, as far as I know, because I can't hear myself. Nevertheless, we'll iron all that out in due course. We'll iron it out just the way you iron your trousers with your hands. You can iron your trousers with your hands. It doesn't do anything to the clothes, so it makes you feel good. You should try it sometime. Iron your trousers with your hands. Just rub your hands along the fronts of your thighs. I feel I'm doing it right now. Admittedly, I'm wearing pajama bottoms at the moment for comfort, so it's probably more effective. If I was wearing jeans or something, this probably wouldn't be as effective as rubbing of my legs. That's why you have to wear pajamas as in hospitals or anything, in case they need to rub your legs for any reason, especially if you're unconscious or something. They might need to, if you're ever in a hospital and you're unconscious, the first thing you'll notice when you wake up from your coma or your operation or wherever it is that if you weren't in pajamas when you went into your unconsciousness, you sure as hell are in pajamas now, or more likely you're in some sort of weird disposable gown. They put you in a gown so they can access you. It's basically rape clothes but with a medical purpose, so they can get away with it. It's absolutely appalling when you think about it that way, which is why you probably shouldn't. Anyway, on with the show.
Into your head.
Two dogs walk into a vomitorium. Have I done this one before? I'm not sure. Well, since I can't rightly remember, there's very little chance that it'll be a rerun. It'll probably be at least slightly different. Although great minds think alike, so the story I'm about to tell, which I make up on the fly, may very well turn out to be identical to the one that this same mind came up with in the past, if it did indeed do a two cats walk into a vomitorium story in the past. But there's no point where, of course they did one in the past. Vomitoriums are a thing of the past. Vomitoriums are from back in the Roman Empire. That's when they had vomitoriums. They had vomitoriums all over the Roman Empire, and if there's anything that's in the past, I can tell you it's the Roman Empire. I remember it was one of the first history lessons I learned in my early school days when they started trying to cram history down our gullets. So no, vomitoriums are definitely a thing of the past. Anyway, two dogs walk into a vomitorium. I should probably be using the past tense then for this, should I? But no, it's traditional. Two dogs walk into a vomitorium. One of the dogs goes straight up to the vomitorium reception desk and says, "Hello, can I have a pint of your finest vomit, please?" And the man behind the desk says, "I don't think you understand how it works, sir." And the dog says, "I know full well how it works. Yeah, you come in here to vomit, that's right, isn't it?" And the man behind the reception desk says, "Actually, that's correct, that part." And the dog says, Good, so we're all correct and right so far, everyone's okay. So you come in here to vomit, you drink a pint of vomit, somebody else's vomit, or else preferably, I hope you've got a bank of vomit that you keep. You keep my own vomit for me for when I come back next time and I need to consume something that'll make me vomit. And the man behind the reception desk says, "No, that's not quite how it works. And besides which, you're a dog. You'll eat anyone's vomit." That's my understanding anyway. I'm not sure because I'm a cat person. But my understanding, which admittedly I haven't verified, is that dogs will eat anyone's vomit. You can just leave it lying around on the floor and they'll lick it up. And the dog says, "Well, that's partially true. If I happen to come across something while I'm sniffing the ground and I lick it up and it turns out later that it's somebody else's vomit, I'll be fine with that. But I wouldn't go out of my way to consume something that's being handed to me in a jar that's labelled somebody else's vomit, especially if that somebody else isn't me. I can appreciate that whoever's labelling it might just take my vomit and label it somebody else's vomit, because to them I am somebody else, but I'm not prepared to take that risk. The chance of it, the somebody else being me, is 1 in whatever number of people there are in the world. I think about back here in Roman times, let's say about 2 billion. And the man behind the reception desk says, "Yes, but you're a dog. Surely you'll be 1 in whatever number of dogs there are in the world." And the dog says, "No, is this vomitorium? Surely it's open to dogs and humans. So it'll be 1 in whatever the total number of humans and the total number of dogs added together is, chance of it being mine, rather than somebody else's." And the man behind the bar says, "This isn't a bar, sir, even though it's just called a bar. The narrator's just called a bar, which kind of negates my point that I'm about to make, that it's not a bar, and you can't just come in here and order a pint of anything, not even vomit. That's not how a vomitorium works, and if you didn't know it before now, you sure as hell to Christ as damn hell as Christ to hell and back know it now. So get on with your day, and let's not have a big long argument about it." And the dog says, "That's fine, and a great night is had by all. Good morning."
Follow Neal at twitter.com/IntoYourHeadPod and pretend to like him at facebook.com/IntoYourHeadPodcast.